space, the final frontier. Not for J.J. Abrams and his team of Trekkies, as they boldly go where no other production team has gone before. And that is to the very beginning of the most popular sci-fi series, Star Trek.
Your father was captain of a starship for 12 minutes. He saved 800 lives, including yours.
Abrams faced two challenges in reviving the franchise: keeping the fans happy and attracting the general audience.
Well, when I was a kid, I was a huge Star Wars fan, and the truth is that, you know, I never thought I would be directing a Star anything movie. It was not really a passion of mine. Star Wars was so out of my league, and Star Trek was something I never really got as a kid. And so when I was approached to produce a new sort of reboot of Star Trek, I thought, well, it's a cool challenge, the idea of being involved in something that would create a version that I would be interested in. And so that was how I got involved at the very beginning of it.
So how did he decide to go forth with the project?
Well, Star Trek, to me, the thing that got me hooked and made me realize I wanted to direct the movie was, you know, there's great action, I think. You know, the script had an amazing sense of spectacle and pace and scale and emotion and everything. But the key was these two characters, Kirk and Spock.
We are traveling at warp speed. How did you manage to beam aboard this ship?
Hey, you're the genius, you figure it out.
As acting captain of this vessel, I order you to answer the question.
Well, I'm not telling, acting captain.
The film stars some of Hollywood's familiar faces. So how did they feel about their roles in climbing aboard the set of the USS Enterprise?
When I heard about it, I was really eager to be a part of it, primarily because of what George meant to me growing up.
To me, it was the opportunity to work with someone like JJ. I've been a fan of his work since Regarding Henry, and as a woman, you can only be so lucky to work with directors that can write amazing roles for women.
For me, it was a lot about you know, working with JJ and sort of the challenge of reprising a character that's sort of a pivotal character in the history of pop culture.
I would define myself as a long-term Star Trek fan. I watched the original series as a boy, and so to get given the opportunity to take on such an iconic character that was so wonderfully portrayed by Mr. Kelly for 40 years was an opportunity that I approached with the greatest respect.
I've got no captain and no first officer to replace him.
Yeah, we do.
Either the set was just so great. The art department did an amazing job, and some of the gadgets were even usable. Like, you would touch them and they would make a sound.
Yeah.
Zip. Clang. Steam.
You literally felt like this ship could fly, that the set could fly. I mean, it was
so cool.
It was very, very cool.
According to Abrams and his team, the fans will not be disappointed. But what does the film offer non-Trekkies?
I think a bit of everything. I think if you like big budget, action, adventure, fun movies, this is exactly it. But also if you like something a little bit smaller and more character driven, this is it exactly as well. And I think it's his ability to marry the two, big spectacle and human drama, that is what is going to resonate hopefully with a larger fan base.
Also, I think it's surprising. You know, I think people invariably, one way or another, even if they're not avid fans of Star Trek, many people have opinions of the franchise, of what it means, of how the stories are told, and this doesn't really bear any resemblance to anything that's come before it, and I think that's really surprising. I think the humor will surprise people. I think the heart will surprise people. So the element of surprise, I think, is something that I hope people come away with.
So whether you're a Trekkie, a Vulcan, or a regular schmo, this film has something for everyone to enjoy. Check out Star Trek, now in theaters. And in the words of Spock, live long and prosper.